Hey YouTube fam, it's your girl Leah back again with another video. In today's video, as you can see from the title, we're doing a what's in my handbag and what's on my iPad video. Now it's been about 3 years since I've done a what's in my purse video, and I've never done a what's on my iPad video, although very recently I've made quite a few videos displaying GoodNotes and LumaFusion, two apps I really love. I decided to make a purse and handbag combination video solely because I was inspired by the wonderful and incredible iDesign 8 here on YouTube. She's an incredible black woman, Charlotte, North Carolina creator as well. And I saw she did a what's in my handbag and iPad video, and she happened to have the same Marc Jacobs tote that I had, and I was like, this is a sign. Let me do one as well. I love my tote. Now her bag is a little different than mine. I have the Marc Jacobs tote bag small. She had the mini, but it is the same color. It's the cognac color, and it's small, but it's like regular purse size. It's not tiny in any capacity. So I'm going to be going through what's in here, as well as going on my iPad, as well as talking a little about another handbag that I recently purchased and that I love. I love so much. It is the YSL Lou camera bag. I love this, but we're gonna get into that in a minute. But first, we're gonna go through my everyday bag, because that ain't everyday. That's a special occasion. This is my current everyday bag. They have a mini, they have a small, which this is, and then they have what they call the tote bag. It's a bigger tote bag, so I'm very comfortable in the small. But what I keep in here, of course, my everyday thing, which we're gonna go through in a minute, is my iPad. My iPad, I do have a case that really matches my purse really well, but my iPad, I like if I'm going somewhere again and I'm going to stay there for a little bit, like maybe I'm seeing my family for a moment and they all doing something, I'm going to sneak away, go in my planner, go in my GoodNotes, go in my LumaFusion, maybe edit a couple of photos, do something on my iPad, because my iPad is very productivity heavy, which you'll see in a bit. The next thing I keep in here is my headphones. I have the AirPods. I use these significantly with my iPad because my iPad is the 4 Air that does not have the traditional headphones, you know, the string headphones, which I'm gonna be honest, the Apple string headphones I might kind of like more than the AirPods. Now the AirPods, again, I like them because they can go on multiple devices. Even when I just opened it just now, my phone and my iPad both were like, we want to connect, we trying to connect right now, listen to some tunes. Yes, I love that about this, that it can connect to pretty much any Apple device that I have, and I have a lot, but it's just something about the earpieces. The pros, the earpieces on these just aren't as comfortable as my old faithful. I do love these because I love these for my phone. Again, I can't use the traditional headset with my iPad because it doesn't have this type of plug that my phone has, but I love this for listening to my podcast, listening to something just while I'm walking my dog or something of the sort. So I'm a still string person, although I do have my Bluetooth, which I have to use with my iPad. The next thing, you know what we in. We in the pandemic still, so masks are essential. Now I have just the disposable mask. I love these disposable masks. This is what they look like. Or let me show you the box. These are the earth tone disposable masks. I got them from Amazon. They just come in like such like neutral colors that I was so influenced by my friend. My friend I went to Cabo with had quite a few pairs of these, which came in handy because I didn't traditionally have a lot of disposables. Like my masks have all traditionally been like the kind of non-disposable, because you know I like designs, NC State, gotta rep my alma mater, those types of things. But who can deny that these disposables are clutch? Speaking of masks, I do keep my vaccination card in here just because, I don't know, when they first came out with the vaccine, they made it seem like, oh, gotta have that card on you because you're gonna get carded at so many places. If you don't got the card, what's gonna happen? Get it laminated. Mine came from like the Atrium Health just provided us with these, so you didn't have to get it laminated. But it was like, yeah. Never have I once been asked for this in the States. Now, when I was in Mexico, I needed it when I did air verify or whatever I needed to do to kind of skip the long line. But that was the only time this has ever come in handy. The next thing, my work badge. I still keep my work badge in here even though it has been 2 years and I have not been in the office. Well, I've probably been in the office maybe 8 times, like just grabbing, of course, my monitors. I had to go for a meeting or two. I've gone in the office probably 8 times in 2 years, but I still keep my badge on me. The next thing, while we're on work, my business card carrier. Again, something I really haven't utilized in these last 2 years, because who in this room, who in this house is going to say, hey, can I have a copy of your business cards? No. Working from home, it doesn't let me network and give out those business cards. Those are for my work. I don't have like channel business cards. I know some YouTubers have like slides, like a LIA LAVON business cards, but I don't have those. The next thing, my wallet. My wallet is just from Target. It's a new day, so it's nothing too fancy. The next thing, I do keep ibuprofen. I'm an ibuprofen girl. People on the go still get on my nerves, and headaches still arise, and I still need my ibuprofen. I used to only keep the 25 pack in here, but then I realized, honey, we got to up the ante. 100. I need 100 pills on the go, because I'd like to be comfortable where I am. Some people will just like sit and like let a headache marinate. I'm not that marinate type person. I need it gone. I need it gone so I can enjoy myself. If I'm outside of the house, I'm outside of the house for a reason. I'm not trying to be a buzzkill. I want to be in my element, so ibuprofen is a godsend to me. We've been in this pandemic for so long. You gotta have hand sanitizer. Isn't it a cute little, it's swag. It's something we used to give students pre-pandemic. This was swag we used to give students, and so it's just like you spray it and just rub it in. I liked it. It's like a little, it's almost the same size, if not smaller, than my business card holder. Gotta have hand sanitizer these days. Charging. I'm a charger girl. I gotta have a charger with me. This is like a plug into the wall charger. I've had this for 6 years. I actually bought this when I was going on my cruise, the cruise that started this channel. The cruise I was going on that I got the crochet hair and then turned the camera on and started filming. That cruise, I also bought this, and this has been a godsend too, because on the cruise ship there was like only one outlet, and I think I had known that. I had watched enough videos and I was like, how many plugs and how many outlets are in the cruise room? And it was like one in the actual room, one in the bathroom. I was like, but I got like 10 devices. How am I going to charge all of this? And so I bought this, so it has multiple USB ports, so you're immediately changing like a normal plug into a plug that can, you know, hold up to 4 devices. So your girl's phone stays charged if she's going to a friend's house. On top of that, I also keep an ashtray or a cigarette lighter, one too, because if I'm in a car, I also want my device charged. Your girl keeps a device charged, as well as I keep an external charging bank, a device where you, of course, plug your phone into the bottom of it, you turn it on, and it starts charging up your device when you connect it to it. So again, if I'm ever telling you my phone died, I'm probably lying. Ain't no way, with everything I got going on with me. And I keep my, of course, like charger, so the charger that needs to connect to all of this, I keep this in this compartment. I keep mainly things in here that I don't want coming in contact with other things in my purse. So I got my lip gloss in here, my lip gloss that I typically apply when I'm, you know, out and about, and as well as I keep my shades in here. So some just Amazon shades that I keep in this little zip up container. I also got this from Target. The next few things, pens and pencils. Never gonna catch me slipping with pens and pencils, as well as the gum. And last but not least, I have the childish disease of asthma. Yes, I had it as a child and I thought I was gonna lose it. You know, turn 18, asthma goes away. In my 30s, early 30s, I still have it. It's never going away. It's a disease that will always inflict me. So I have this. It's actually the over-the-counter inhaler that they sell in stores. There's only one. It's promethazine. Promicide? I can't remember the name of it. If you go to a Walgreens or CVS, you've seen it. It's the literal only over-the-counter one they have. I actually like this more than the like albuterol prescription strength. I don't know why. I do need to like puff a little bit more, but when I puff it, I don't know, it feels like it's opening up my lungs a lot more. Luckily, I say in the last, I don't know, 8 months, knock on wood, I haven't had to utilize my inhaler, thank goodness, recently. But there was a time when I was a puff a day girl, and maybe I'm getting better. Maybe I'm getting better. Maybe exercising is helping me out a wee bit. So that is that. That is everything I keep in my bag. So again, this is the Marc Jacobs small tote bag. They have the mini, which is $350, I believe, the small, which is $450, and then I think the large, they don't call it the large, but they call it the tote bag, is $550. Now the thing about this was, I could have, if I had had time to wait, if I were not impulsive, but I wanted to get this for Christmas. I got both of my bags for Christmas of this year. December of 2021, I purchased both of these bags. One of them I got from Fashion File, which is a consignment shop or resale shop, kind of like the Real, solely for luxury goods. So like how Poshmark, you can sell anything and they have luxury. This is a site, Fashion File is a site solely for luxury goods. But I could have got the tote bag from Fashion File. Fashion File had Marc Jacobs tote bags. The thing about it though was that they never had the color. Like Fashion File is not a site that has multiples in inventory. Is if somebody turns it into consignment, then they have it on their site and they typically go fast. I saw the small on the Fashion File site for $350, which is $100 cheaper, but it was in black, and I was like, I really want this color. So I had to bite the bullet and finally purchase it on the Marc Jacobs site. But if you want it for cheaper, check out Fashion File, which, switching gears, is where I got my YSL. I wanted a luxury bag this holiday season, and I knew specifically I wanted YSL too. I wanted something YSL. That was in my wheelhouse. That was in my price bucket range. It was just what I wanted, and I did a lot of research. I'm not somebody who's going to spend, a bag on something that is not well researched. If I'm spending over a certain price tag, I'm buying a stick of gum in the store, I'm not going to comparison shop. But if I'm going to buy something that is expensive, I'm going to do my research, and I did, and I knew that I wanted this bag. I knew since about, I think, September of 2021 is when I started doing my research. I knew I wanted to get it secondhand just because I knew the savings. If you buy this in stores at probably Saks, I think Neiman Marcus sells YSL, or YSL itself, you're going to pay about $14.50. I got it for $200 less. Again, authenticated. It's authenticated on their site. Everything comes with a seal of approval. It comes, some of them do. You might not all, but a lot of them come in their original bags. So the bags that they come in, and they're clear on the site what it will and won't come with. I wanted a bag that was in either very good or excellent condition. I wasn't going to be too picky. They go up from very good, I think they have good, I know they have very good, and I know they have excellent. I've never seen anything below good. It might look small on camera, but trust me, you can put quite a bit in this bag. So I could fit my phone, of course, as well as I can fit my external charger, I can fit my headphones, I can fit my inhaler, if I want to put my gum in here, want to put my pills in here, of course want to take a mask with me, I can do that as well. Still got room for my cigarette charger, want to put my headphones in here. So yeah, you can fit quite a bit in this bag, but this is like, of course, like my going out, not everyday purse, although it can fit quite a bit. So I highly encourage, if you're thinking about a luxury purchase, you can buy from the store itself. There's nothing wrong with that. But check out Fashion File, the Real. I kept my eye on both the Real and Fashion File. The thing I did not love about the Real was just their layout and just their prices. They didn't seem to go down as much as what you could buy in stores. Like I saw this same bag and it was like $14.25. I'm like, I'm only saving $25 compared to if I was going to go in the store and get this. I want to save a wee bit of money, but either site is a good option for, again, if you want to make your first purchase. I bought both of these in 2021 because I wanted to be in Q4. We're going in 2022 with these bags, but not, spending a lot because I still want to buy a house. And I know I feasibly can do so. So like I said at the beginning, my iPad can actually fit pretty comfortably in my small tote bag. And I've also seen that in iDesign 8's video, she has a small and her iPad fits as well. I bought my sister the Marc Jacobs tote bag as well. I bought her a mini size and she fit her iPad in there as well. So if you are somebody who wants to carry your iPad on the go, or you want just a frame of reference for how small the mini size is, the mini size can still fit this too. So so it's not as small as one would think. It's not like a little mini purse. It is big enough that it could fit your iPad. I keep my iPad 4 in there. I have the iPad 4 Air. I've had this for 8-9 months at this point now. I love it to death. Now this is what my home screen looks like, and let me screen record so that I can actually show you guys as I'm talking through it. But before we get started, I do have the iPad Air 4 that has the screen protector on it that is the actual, feels like paper-like. So it's called the paper-like filter. So it feels like you're writing on paper, because at the same time I bought the iPad, I bought my Apple Pencil. My Apple Pencil, I adore this. I adore this. And I never had to write on the screen without having the paper light filter, or it's screen protector. So the paper like, I'm saying paper light, but paper like. So it feels like you're writing on paper. I love that. I could not probably use my Apple Pencil without having the paper screen protector. I don't know how y'all do it. I know a lot of y'all do it, and fantastic, wonderful. I really feel like this paper screen protector makes it feel like I'm writing on paper. I have the space gray. I didn't even realize it because I never have my iPad out. All you have to do to charge your iPad is just attach it to the side. So right there, and it drops down at the top, tells you how much of a percentage your iPad is charged, or your Apple Pencil is charged. So that's what I love about it. Just, it's a magnet, so it automatically goes whoop. And the same thing goes when you saw it in this case, it's attached to the side as well. So love that about that, because I think in the old generation, I never had the former generation of the Apple Pencil. You have to plug it in the bottom. And I know how to do that. So the great thing about my iPad is I keep everything on one page. One page because, again, like I said, my iPad is for productivity. It is for me working. If I'm on my iPad, I'm doing some form of work. If somebody asks, you got games on your iPad? I don't, because I'm using this for productivity. Now, the first few are the, of course, traditional iPad things you get. So the FaceTime, the calendar, the photos, reminders, calendar, clocks, notes, news, iTunes, App Store, Find My, settings, and shortcuts. Shortcuts is how I use to make my widgets. If I get any questions about how I made my widgets, how I made everything on here, I will link up a video tutorial above from somebody else who did it. It took me way too long. It was way too complicated. I am not the expert on how to do this, and clearly you see some of mine at the bottom. So you see my bottom, like my iMessages, my Safari, all of that is still in its normal color because I cannot figure out how to change those. So that's everything I keep on here, you know, utilities wise that come with the iPad. Then of course the things that I love to utilize, of course, Facetune. I use that for my thumbnails, so that is a work-related app that I keep on here. I have Instagram, of course, so I can directly import my reels that you guys see. I create those on LumaFusion, and then I, upload those directly onto Instagram. So you get to enjoy that if you follow me on my Instagram at LIA LAVON 89. Of course, we have YouTube on here. YouTube Studio is how I see kind of my analytics, see how my channel's performing, see what content I have that's ready to go live or has already gone live, see my comments from you guys. So overall, see what you guys have been saying. This is how I respond to all my comments. They all come in real time. So if you comment on a video from 4 years ago, it's going to be the first thing that pops up on my screen. So if you've ever commented on a video and you see that I'm responding to newer comments before older comments, it's typically because on my YouTube analytics page where I respond to my comments, is showing me newest first. So unfortunately, I'm seeing comments, this first comment is on a video, my beginner crochet braid tips. I don't know how old this video is, but looking at the thumbnail, it was when I lived in my old house, so 3-4 years ago. My living in Charlotte video, that's about 2 years ago. My curtains video, which is about a year ago. My other curtains video a year and a half ago maybe, and then why you should do crochet all 2021, that was in January of this year. So I get comments on different videos at different times. So if you're ever like, why is it taking her so long to respond, I'm sorry. People are commenting on videos from 2 years ago, 1 year ago, a day ago, a week ago. It's all over the place, and I just see them. I see them as they come in on my YouTube Analytics Studio. So that's my YouTube studio. My Kindle on here, I just have my library of books because I'm studying for the PHR. I have my PHR study guide, my 2 PHR study guides, as well as Fiercely Speaking. It's a book that my friend was a part of. She has a chapter in that book that she wrote a few years ago, and if you are on Amazon, please check out Fiercely Speaking. This is not a plug. Well, sort of is a plug, but definitely check it out. Lightroom, of course, to edit my photos before they go online. Canva is how I make all my thumbnails. So the lovely thumbnails that you guys see on my channel, they are all made via Canva. If you are a creator, definitely worth it to invest in the pro version of Canva. LumaFusion, of course, is how I edit all the lovely videos that you've seen on this channel. You guys know I have several videos talking about how I edit. I never have edited on a computer. It's always been my iPad. And I still got a plaque. So don't think that you have to have Final Cut Pro, Adobe Premiere, iMovie, all of this. Nope. It's a small iPad that's created what you guys are visually seeing right now. So that is that. Mail, of course, my Fire TV remote control. Sometimes I can't find my remote, but don't you worry. This, even though you're like, well, that's not productivity, it is. Do not get in between me and my Netflix. Voice memos, it's how I record the lovely voiceovers that you hear. They're going directly into voice memos, so it is a requirement. I feel like I'm probably super loud or super quiet. Is this an ASMR video? Maybe. But yes, voice memos, definitely a requirement. Weather, I need to know what the weather is going to be from a filming perspective, because it helps. If it's a sunnier day, it helps me to know, hey, this weekend, Saturday or Sunday, one's going to be cloudy, one's going to be sunny. That just helps me decide what day I'm going to film. And also, who doesn't just need to know the weather for normal life purposes? GoodNotes, love GoodNotes. GoodNotes is, I've talked about this too, I use it for my digital planning. More recently though, I've used it for my studying for the PHR. So PHR is a professional in HR. It is a certification that professionals in HR can get. They can take SHRM exam or they can take the PHR. I chose the PHR, and so everything I have been taking notes on as I've been reading my book and my study guides. I love this because I've created outlines for each thing I'm working on. Thumbnails, you can kind of see overarching. I made a cute little cover, my little cover for my notebook, as well as my favorites. These are just chapters that I need a lot more studying on. So I will study like a whole section of a topic, then take the practice exam, and then where I'm flubbing up on some of the answers, I kind of put them in my favorites, because I don't take the test until April. As I'm filming this right now, it's February, so I have time. So if I need kind of to hone in on one section over the other, because the talent acquisition section is probably going to be easier for me than any other section, I can do so. So I love GoodNotes for note taking now. It's GoodNotes. It's historically for note taking, but you guys also know I love it for planning. As you can see, I have my day planned out, and that's kind of how I do each and every day, my work days, my overall calendar day. So yes, that is GoodNotes. I again love GoodNotes. It's probably the key app on here at this point, right behind LumaFusion, which is of course my content creating important app. Zillow, I go on here every so often to get kind of depressed about the housing market. There are no new matches as I'm speaking right now. Apparently I was looking in Pineville. I've even expanded my search outside of the normal radius of where I even currently stay, and there's still no matches. So I go on Zillow just to be depressed a little bit about this housing market, just to make myself a wee bit sad. I keep that on here, as well as Pinterest. Pinterest is how I got, of course, my wallpaper that you see behind the app icons, as well as I love everything about it. I mean, you'll see fashion, you'll see some food ideas, you'll see some kind of layouts for widgets, you'll see how long will your house last, you'll see some housing stuff on here as well. Like, my page is all over the place. You'll see travel, food, housing, clothes, and yeah, and you'll see Whitley Gilbert because I'm inspired by the lovely Miss Whitley from a different world. So that is just an idea of what my Pinterest page is. Google Earth, yes, that is a nonsensical app that I do have on here. Looks like the last thing I was looking at, oh yeah, my hotel that I stayed at when I was in LA. I don't know why I looked up an overhead shot of it, but I was watching Selling Sunset one time and they had gone to dinner inside of it, and I was like, where is this hotel? Is this a fancy hotel? Did I stay at a fancy hotel and I didn't know it? So yes, I looked up the hotel and it showed me there was a helicopter pad. I was like, they're showing me things I had no idea about at the top of my hotel, which, I mean, it's common in LA. They have one clearly at Cedar Sinai. It was so interesting just to see. Google Earth, a weird time waster. And then Notion. Notion is another kind of productivity app that I cannot for the life of me get a grasp on. I can't get a handle of it. It is the one app where I'm like, this might be for the young kids note taking. I've watched so many tutorials and I'm still not grasping the concept the way I need to be grasping it. So Notion is a app that I still need my work with. But overall, that's everything on my iPad. I love my iPad. It is my second lifeline. A lot of you guys are like, Leah, you're making me want one. I'm not making nobody want nothing, but I'm telling you right now, it's crucial for my life. Like, I can't. You see how it folds into everything that I do. I couldn't proceed without it, but some of you guys could. You don't need it. The Microsoft Surface, I hear great things about. Android makes tablets as well, which I hear are awesome and phenomenal and can take pictures and do things beautifully as well. But I'm an Apple girl. I need my products to speak to one another. So that is overall my purse, my newest love purse, and what I keep on my iPad. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Even if you didn't, we want all the love and support over here, so still give us a thumbs up. Make sure that you're also subscribed to my channel so you don't miss any of this good content I feel I bring your way, as well as make sure that you're following me on Instagram at LIA LAVON 89 so you can keep up with my shenanigans in real time. And I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Tell me what you want to know. I go give you all and more. Bad man.